If you want to see a display of a person whose glowing performances shows the result of hard work, not just as a person of color, but as an American, Obama wouldn't be that example. But gold medal winning gymnast Gabby Douglas, who proclaims her faith in God, would be.
I think what's happening. Propaganda.
Gabby Douglas has been savaged by the liberal media, and I hope that she sees by the time she's of voting age who's attacking her for her faith and for her hair. People who vote Democrat. But it wouldn't surprise me if she doesn't make the connection, because it ain't like the Republicans are doing much to reach out to her and embrace her. Not because Republicans are bigots, that's the Democrat Party, but because too many Republicans are very naive and have the social graces of a flatulent hobo when it comes to different ethnicities and cultures. And what's worse is that the Republican Party is becoming a party that values patriotism over godliness. That puts you on level with the liberals who value the environment over the one who gave us dominion over it. What does this have to do with Gabby? Well, if Gabby ever sees this, and I hope many of you will try to forward this to her, I'm sure what matters to her is her faith in God. But throughout history, there have been countries where people weren't free to worship God. We could be next. And though no problem is too large for God to handle, He gives us purpose. We literally have skin in the game. He moves through the faithful to carry out His will. And remember, Obama, the head of the Democrat Party, has said, "We are not a Christian nation." That is a foreshadowing of this country no longer being free to be a Christian nation. Gabby, I don't dig politics, but I do dig God and His gifts such as liberty. But Gabby, those things can be removed through political process, which is what's happening now. And the culture is what's giving the government the power to do so. These people in the culture are made up predominantly of the Democrat Party, and they elect Democrat officials because they are the ones who are most willing to uproot this nation from its Judeo-Christian foundation. The ones who are attacking you for your faith are liberal Democrats. The ones who are attacking you for your ethnicity and your hair are Afrocentric liberal Democrats who would rather focus on your so-called flaws than the beauty you've brought to this nation for God's glory. You've been attacked by liberals such as Mary Elizabeth Williams from Salon.com, who considers herself a Christian, albeit one of those freaky papist kinds, her words, not mine, which I suppose means she's one of those Christians who is so much better than the rest of us. According to her, the good way to be a Christian is to not give God the glory who blesses you, because when you do that, you're really just praying for someone else to lose. But that is a projection of her own selfishness and self-righteousness, and in no way reflects what is biblical. Giving God the glory is the utmost of humility. It's a person who stands before the multitudes who are shouting their praises to you, but instead of you succumbing to your selfishness and basking in the ecstasy of people adoring you and taking that for yourself, you sacrifice making this about yourself and give God the glory. And that's not for God's sake, it's for ours. It keeps us from making it all about us, self-focused and self-righteous, which is a plague to humanity. Your faith is under attack from the party of the ungodly. Pro-abortion, indifference or opposition to Israel, raising taxes, which gives the government the power to take your first fruits before God gets His offering. Don't believe me? Liberalism in government taxed your metal before you can even thank God for it. Pro-redefinition of marriage, teach environmentalism and evolution, which in itself is the evolution of paganism in schools while the Bible is pushed out. This is the Democrat Party, and the Republican stands in opposition to these things. Again, the political implications of this may not seem important to you, but I know that God is. If you want to keep this one nation under God, know what party platform represents your faith. And even the Republican Party is losing its integrity. And I hope by the time you're old enough to vote, you'll vote with us. Repopulate the Republican Party with the salt and light and help restore the godly foundation of the Republican Party, so we can again be the winning team that keeps America one nation under God. I'm Alfonso Rachel with Zonation, and I can do a cartwheel better than you. I'd show you, but I don't want to get a Murph as my butt tries to gobble up my draws from the split leg action. And to have the social graces of a flatulent hobo